Hello guys, I'm bringing back V-neck into the trend, and welcome back to another case study with me. I just want to ask you one thing, and I know that 100% of you, if you're wondering why this happened, well, in today's case, a small help that a girl from Bangalore had done to her friend. Because of that, she had to lose her life. So let's learn a little more about today's case revolving around 𝐐𝐿𝐿. 𝐐𝐿𝐿 was born in a very normal family in Bihar in the year 2000, where her mom and dad wanted to educate her to become a capable and independent woman. And 𝐐𝐿𝐿 had been working very hard since her childhood to make her dream a reality. And after completing her undergraduation, she also pursued her MBA. 𝐐𝐿𝐿 was very ambitious since her childhood, and she wanted to stand on her own 2 feet and support herself and her parents. So after finishing her studies, she was working as a business development associate in a Bangalore-based company since January 2024, which meant that she had to live on rent in Bangalore away from her family. But Bangalore was a relatively new place for her, and because she had been living with her family since childhood, she had been living with her friends in school. So living alone in Bangalore didn't seem good at all. She had a flat in Bangalore, but she didn't have any friends with whom she could share this place. That's why she had to live here alone without any choice, even though she didn't like living alone. But still, she knew that she would have to do all this to work, to stay away from home, to earn money. And I will have to adjust. Apart from loneliness, 𝐐𝐿𝐿's life was going very well. She was happy with her job, and she was also earning good money here. And after seeing this, 𝐐𝐿𝐿's parents were happy that all the hard work of her daughter, which she has done since childhood, is now bringing color to everyone. And now she has become an independent woman, who is now capable of taking care of herself and her family. So as 𝐐𝐿𝐿 spent her time in her office and talked to people, the people there, her co-workers, had become her very good friends. Such good friends that she now had to sit and get up with these people every day. And all the co-workers and all the students who study with you, or the people in the colleges, they are all your close friends. But fortunately, 𝐐𝐿𝐿 had a lot of close friends in this office. But there was only one among them who was her very special friend. This friend's name has not been disclosed anywhere, but we know that she was her colleague. And while working together, their friendship became very deep. Since 𝐐𝐿𝐿's colleague was from Maharashtra, for him too, Bangalore was as unknown and new as it was for 𝐐𝐿𝐿. But after making friends with each other, now they were slowly settling in the city. 𝐐𝐿𝐿 and her friend used to spend so much time together at this point, that they knew about each other's small habits. They used to go out together, they used to go shopping together, they used to go out to eat together. Even when they used to go back home from their office holidays, they kept in touch on a regular basis. Either they used to call each other, or they used to message each other. The first reason for their deep friendship was that both of their wives used to get along well with each other, and both of them used to understand each other well. Apart from this, both of them used to work in the same office, due to which, not only their personalities, but also their career goals were aligned with each other. But as you all know, friendship is not just about having fun, or it's not just about the good times. It's also about supporting each other during their down period or bad times. So 𝐐𝐿𝐿 used to talk about her good and bad days with her friend. She used to talk about all her feelings, and her friend used to do the same with 𝐐𝐿𝐿, and most of it was about her bad times. To know why I said this, we need to know a little about 𝐐𝐿𝐿's friend and her background. Actually, 𝐐𝐿𝐿's friend used to live with her boyfriend 𝐵hIshek Ghoshi in a rented apartment, and her boyfriend also used to live in Bangalore. 𝐵hIshek Ghoshi was a 25-year-old man who used to work in a small private firm in Bangalore. They knew each other since school days, and they were in a relationship for a long time. Obviously, 𝐐𝐿𝐿 also knew about their relationship, since 𝐐𝐿𝐿 and her friend used to share everything with each other. So after 𝐵hIshek was fired from his job, there were a lot of problems between them, and now it was not like a normal relationship. 𝐵hIshek was very frustrated because of losing his job, and now 𝐵hIshek and his girlfriend used to fight on a regular basis. Arguments between couples are not a big deal, But after Abhishek's job was gone, Kriti's friend was getting to see a different side of him. When there was a fight between the two, Abhishek often crossed the line and treated her very badly. It was especially bad because after Abhishek was jobless, Kriti's friend used to bear his expenses, despite the fact that he couldn't even bear his own expenses at that time. Still, Abhishek treated her so badly. This was his way to thank his girlfriend who used to work so hard for him. See, Abhishek was a very ungrateful guy. Even though after Abhishek's job was gone, his girlfriend used to bear his expenses, and she did not demean him. Still, Abhishek was not grateful to his girlfriend. Whenever Abhishek's girlfriend asked him about his job, Abhishek used to get angry, thinking that she was demeaning him or making fun of him. The matter was so big that Abhishek couldn't bear his girlfriend, and it was affecting his job as well. Kriti also just could not help but notice that his friend was in some trouble. So one day he discussed all these things with Kriti. And after listening to what his friend told him, Kriti's doubt was confirmed. So Kriti's friend told Kriti that her boyfriend beats her up. He mistreats her a lot. So Kriti was feeling very bad for her friend, and she wanted to help her out. She wanted her to get out of this relationship. That's why Kriti suggested that it would be better if you leave your toxic boyfriend. And after breaking up with him, he should leave his apartment as well. And with that, he should move in with her in her apartment. Kriti's friend was also in a lot of trouble with her boyfriend at this point, so she accepted Kriti's proposal without much thought. And they both moved into the same apartment. And because of their good friendship, this decision proved to be very good for them. Kriti, who was struggling with loneliness, was now free from loneliness. And Kriti's friend, who was struggling with a very bad relationship, her boyfriend was now out of her life. Wait a second, he wasn't out of her life. He just got rid of his toxic relationship. But this peace wasn't going to last for long, because their relationship was somehow over. But Abhishek wasn't happy about his girlfriend leaving, and he didn't accept the fact that a girl had left him. He used to call her and Kriti on the phone like crazy. If he didn't pick up his phone, his anger would get worse. Abhishek's life revolved around his ex-girlfriend and Kriti, and he always tried to bother her in some way. That's why Kriti and her friend got fed up with Abhishek and blocked him from social media, and also blacklisted his number, thinking that now he would get rid of Abhishek. But maybe Kriti and her friend didn't realize how far Abhishek could go to take revenge. After getting blocked, Abhishek's anger had increased to a great extent, and to calm this anger, he went to Kriti's PJ and he created a lot of drama there. There he was threatening and abusing Kriti, because he believed that Kriti had instigated his girlfriend against him. The reason for the downfall of his relationship, he only started believing Kriti, and he completely forgot how he used to treat his girlfriend. So for the first time when Abhishek went to Kriti's PJ, he created a lot of drama there. So somehow the people there drove him away. But Abhishek was not done. For the first time, seeing Abhishek's behavior, Kriti also realized that when Abhishek would come here next time, he knew that he would come. So when Abhishek would come here next time, he would do something very big and very dangerous. So to protect himself and his friend, Kriti decided that they would shift to another PJ, about which Abhishek would not know at all. Even after knowing that Kriti could be in danger from Abhishek, he had thought about his friend's safety before himself, which just shows how supportive and selfless Kriti was. But because of her goodwill nature, something was going to happen to Kriti, which no one had thought about. On 23rd July 2024, it was around 11:15 at night, and there was silence around Kriti's PJ. Kriti was also trying to relax in her room after running around in the office all day. But she didn't know that her day was just not over yet, because before she could rest, she heard a loud knocking at her door. Hearing this, she was confused that who has come to her room so late at night. So she got up and opened the door, only to find out that it was Abhishek with a polythene bag in his hands. Let me tell you one thing, that no one was allowed to enter this PJ without permission. And besides having a security guard at its entrance, there were also biometric scanners installed which ensured that no unauthorized person could enter the PJ. But somehow, this man bypassed all these things and went straight to 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬's floor. And from his face, it was evident that he had not come there to talk at all. Seeing Abhishek's face and eyes, 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬 knew that Abhishek was very angry, and at this moment he was not going to listen to anyone, but he could harm someone. So as soon as Abhishek approached her, 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬 entered her room and pushed Abhishek out. But before 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬 could do anything else to defend herself, Abhishek took out a knife from the polythene bag in her hand and started hitting 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬 with the knife again and again. He was so angry that he was randomly hitting 𝐐𝐫𝐢𝐞𝐬 on any body part without thinking. 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬 was trying very hard to save herself and Abhishek to get away from herself. But there was a power difference, and Abhishek had somehow caught 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬, so she could not do anything, and Abhishek was in such a mood that he would not stop until 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's breath stopped. So he hit 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's head, neck, chest, arms, and abdomen with the knife in all places. And with every blow, 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's movements were getting slower, and she was not able to defend herself. Due to so much commotion and shock, some of the PG's girls started running towards 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's floor, and Abhishek knew that if he stayed there for too long, he would be caught. But still, before running away from there, he stabbed 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬 in the neck for the last time just to make sure that 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's life was not saved, and 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's innocence was not saved. This was the level of hatred that was in Abhishek's mind towards 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬. Blood was coming out of 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's entire body at this point, and she was just sitting there. She was just sitting there and laying there, helpless. So the three girls who were there, one girl ran upstairs. The three girls who were there, they saw 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's condition and called the ambulance directly. They did not approach her, which is like a different thing in its own way. We will not talk about this. They did not approach her. They called the ambulance directly, but it was too late by then. Even in her final moments, all the girls of her PG, all the people around her, no one came to pick her up, no one came to pick up 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬, no one touched 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬, and finally 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬 was no more in this world. But one positive thing was that this whole incident was captured in PG's CCTV, and while running away from there, Abhishek's face was clearly visible. That's why the police were confident that they will catch Abhishek soon. A very important question here was that this was the PG of the girls, and there is a very tight security in the PG of the girls. Boys are not allowed to come, whether it's a boyfriend or anyone else. So despite having such a tight security and despite having a biometric scanner, how did Abhishek come inside the building? Well, it's again not clear, but according to the security guard of the PG, when Abhishek came in here, when he came inside, at that time, the security guard was having dinner with his family at night. So that's why when Abhishek came inside the PG, he just did not go through the biometrics. He must have just left from the side. This is believed now. Even if the security guard was right, one question still remains, that how did Abhishek pass the biometric system of the PG? As I said again, it is possible that Abhishek must have gone straight from the side of the biometric scanner. But in the investigation, the police found out that the biometric system was installed in that PG, but due to the negligence of the owners and staff there, it was rarely used. Late at night, despite the absence of the security guard, it was also found that there was no one in the reception of the PG, which meant that Abhishek entered the PG without any stop. For this reason, along with Abhishek, people have also started considering that PG responsible for 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's death. So the police have lodged an FIR against the PG owner and building owner for endangering life due to negligence. The police also found out that Abhishek was going to live in Madhya Pradesh. So they thought that maybe to save himself, after running away he will go back to his house. That's why the police had alerted the Madhya Pradesh police about this, about Abhishek. And then the policemen there at the same places, like railway stations and bus stands. And it turned out that the police were right. Even though Abhishek had switched off his phone, the police still arrested Abhishek on 26th July in a bus stand in Madhya Pradesh. After being caught, the police brought Abhishek back to Bangalore with them, where he was kept in police custody for further questioning. And with that, for now, this case is on halt here. If there is any update in this, I will definitely tell you about it in the pinned comment below. We can't even think about the impact of 𝐐𝐸𝐞𝐬's death on her parents, because her death was not due to any of her mistakes. Her death was to help her friend. And even though she had given her son such good morals, such good values that everyone should help a man, she was so good that before her own good, she used to think for her friend's good. Still, somewhere, I'm pretty sure she must have been traumatized that I wish I had made my daughter a little strict. But I really hope that her parents and her daughter get justice, because there are a lot of such cases. Why are these things happening? I still don't know. Is it because of boyfriend and girlfriend that so many murders happen? But yeah, I really hope that 𝐐𝐬 gets justice and her parents get justice for this. Before you go guys, if you guys like watching 𝐐𝐿 documentaries, then please subscribe to me because I make the same here. And yeah, okay. But with that, I hope that you guys are happy. I hope that you guys are healthy. Please keep your loved ones very close to you guys. And I will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.